Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. Man, what an NXT it was. As you see right here, Eddy Thorpe takes on Dijak in a NXT Underground match. We know these two have been battling each other out through their rivalry and feuds, and comes to a head in an underground match between these two NXT stars. Who's going to win? Who's going to have the survival of the fittest over who? We'll talk about it coming up. Also, too, CM Punk makes his long-awaited debut and return back to WWE ring, but it won't be what you think it will be. It's going to be inside a house show. A house show indeed. CM Punk. We show CM Punk right quick. CM Punk. Right there you go. CM Punk debut in Madison Square Garden for a WWE live event during his holiday tour. You won't believe CM Punk went against Dirty Dominic Mysterio. CM Punk getting that ring rust, that WWE ring rust out of him, and the AEW ring rust as well. Also, too, we talk about this. Pro Wrestling, ESPN, I think, they named who they wanted to for their top 10 awards for their Pro Wrestling male, female, feud, faction, promo, you name it, y'all, all that and more. So, we can get to the NXT Ring Report. It starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the NXT Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kid Dixon. Glad you can join us here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in that conversation. There you go. Join in that conversation. And the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Connect. Man, what a show we have for you tonight. Let's not waste no time whatsoever on what's going on. Let's go and get things started right now. We'll talk about Eddy Thorpe and Dijak a little bit later on in the show. So let's go and get cracking right now. What happened tonight on NXT? Well, we kick things off with tag team action as Chase U takes on Over the Mill. Over the Mill being managed by his name. Managed by Scripps, Reggie, or whatever you want to call Reggie and Over the Mill. They took on that since Chase U has been on dire straits as of late on what's going on with them. Chase U tried to put up an effort in a fight and a win. The effort in the fight and win didn't cost them nothing, but Over the Mill won the match tonight. Over the Mill now get an opportunity of a lifetime to challenge the NXT Tag Team Champions. I think Scripps and I think Stacks and what's their name tonight? What's going on with that? But Over the Mill win tonight. They earn themselves a future NXT Tag Team Championship match at any given time, at any given moment. Speaking of tag teams, we're gonna get to NXT were awarded tag teams best male wrestler, best female wrestler of the year, and best tag team as well. But you can tell right here the frustration is about to set on in for Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson frustrated as well that he didn't get a shot at the tag team championship that he so richly wanted. I think Duke Hudson is a little bit frustrated, and I think Duke Hudson is going to show that frustration later on than you think down the road for Duke Hudson. But Duke Hudson kind of a little bit frustrated tonight on what had happened tonight. But, things go on. You have to swallow the pill and move forward and stuff on how this is going to go for Duke. You can tell the cracks about to come in. Speaking of that, Noam Dar defended the Heritage Cup against Josh Bridge. Josh Bridge was close to winning, but Josh Bridge didn't win tonight. Josh Bridge kind of back on the standard again, losing as always. I think Josh Bridge probably got to realize that he didn't got no chance tonight against Metaphor. Metaphor rising and more with Norm Dar as the leader of the Metaphor. I think Norm Dar playing his part and playing a key role into that. Josh Bridge probably got to realize what's going on with him and how he's going to practice. But Norm Dar won with 1 point. Metaphor might be the breakout faction of NXT probably for next year in 2024. So look for Metaphor, or what they like to call themselves, the Metaphor. Um, Beat Rule Breakers, but Norm Dar won his match tonight over Josh Bridge. But Metaphor might be a force to be reckoned with coming up down the road and how that's going to go down tonight. Well, we told you with Metaphor and stuff being the who they are. There was another and they like to chat and stuff. Nathan Frazier ran his mouth tonight, and Nathan Frazier kind of wishes he didn't because Nathan Frazier didn't know that Braun Breaker existed. Actually, Nathan Frazier was talking about who's big and bad, who's causing problems um throughout everything that's going on and stuff. I think Braun Breaker is that one that Nathan Frazier wish he didn't say nothing bad about and bad mouthed him. But Braun challenged Nathan to a match tonight. Nathan cold-heartedly accepted. Nathan Frazier didn't know what he was going to get, and he really did not know what to expect, and he got what he had coming to him. Braun Breaker and Nathan Frazier had a match, and you see right here, Braun, literally the former NXT champion, destroyed Nathan Frazier piece by piece, limb to limb. After what Braun overheard Nathan said, I think Nathan Frazier now gonna realize and rule the day that he really didn't cross Braun Breaker and said all those things about him. He's gonna learn to keep his mouth shut and learn to not say as much. But Braun Breaker putting Nathan Frazier in his place tonight. Speaking of another thing, you can tell there are signs right there. You saw the signs between Braun Breaker and Nathan Frazier after they was at the kitchen and stuff. Well, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, they're no stranger to each other. They want to know who attacked Trick Williams getting a shot in the NXT Championship next week for NXT New Year's Evil. And Carmelo Hayes continues to badmouth what's going to happen and downplay what he really wants to say to Trick Williams. Trick Williams ain't that stupid, and he kind of knows what's going on. I think Trick Williams got a lot on his plate and stuff. And Trick Williams will try to ignore all that, and he'll get a shot at the NXT Championship next week. Be Trick versus Carmelo. Trick versus not Carmelo, but Trick versus ENR Dragunov for the cover of the NXT Championship. We'll see that match between Dragunov and Trick Williams. But they made mention of this. Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes was the match of the year for No Mercy. Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov won match of the year. But will we see a match of the year coming up in next week when we see Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov 1-on-1 for the NXT Championship? Can Trick Williams do the impossible and win the coveted NXT Championship? We will have to wait and see on how this is going to go for Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov. Speaking of Dragunov, Dragunov won the NXT Male Year End Awards. He was the Male Superstar of the Year by becoming NXT champion. Dragunov won his match over Trick. He won match of the year, and he won Male Superstar of the Year. So congratulations to Ilya Dragunov, who's been having a busy year thus far. Also, too, Eva Ray, I guess she's Shawn Michaels' assistant. She talked to Santino's daughter. I think it's Santino's daughter. She's going to be in a match next week. She's going to take on Roxanne Perez 1-on-1. Ariana and Grace will take on Roxanne Perez next week in a match. So we'll see that match as well coming up. And we'll give you a rundown what's going to happen next week as well for New Year's Eve. Also, too, Joe Gacy was in action. Joe Gacy, the big tough Joe Gacy was in action against Joe Coffin. Joe Gacy gave Joe Coffin a run for his money tonight. So we'll see that. Also, too, we'll see the finals of the breakout star. Oba something went against Riley Osborne. They're gonna meet 1-on-1 next week. Riley Osborne has been phenomenal in his match. Osborne got the win as well. Osborne on momentum. I think Riley Osborne will win. So look for Riley Osborne to win his match as well. So we'll see Riley Osborne and Oba Fima next week. So we'll see that. Also, too, it was the end of an era between Brooks Dunn and Fowler and Henry. They want to go, all three want to go their separate ways, but they know they'll be together one way. Someday we'll be together. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. No, there you go. Speaking of that, Gigi Dolan helping out Ariel Prana. Gigi Dolan will be going against what's her name? Cora J next week. We'll see that as well. Told you about Riley Osborne as well. Riley Osborne to win. Look for him to win victory next week on the Breakout Star. And finally, was the main event of the evening. Was the NXT Underground match. The NXT Underground match between Eddy Thorpe versus Dijak. These two has been at each other's throats as a couple of weeks. Now we know how they go. They want to sell it in the ring 1-on-1. So we know Thorpe won his shot at NXT Gold. Not NXT Gold, to pursue NXT Gold. Thorpe defeat what's his name? Dijak to get the win. Eddy Thorpe went through hell and back to do what he needed to do, but he did. Eddy Thorpe won the NXT Underground match. Eddy Thorpe seals his fate in the NXT Underground match. He continues to win with dominance. Eddy Thorpe might be NXT next breakout star for next year. He's breaking out and he's coming on his own. So we'll kind of see what this lead to coming up. But Eddy Thorpe won his match, so congratulations to Eddy Thorpe. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report. We move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. The man, the myth, the legend, CM Punk. CM Punk is back. CM Punk had a wrestling match tonight in a live house show. CM Punk was in the WWE house show tonight. He went against Dominic Mysterio. CM Punk had this message that he wanted to send about him coming back and being in the Royal Rumble match and what his expectations are.
Somebody asks me how my day is, I
heard from that CM Punk posing right there with both his arms doing a muscle pose or something? CM Punk vows to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania. That's one thing CM Punk wanted to do along before he left WWE 10 years ago. Now 10 years later, he's back. He had that little brief stint at AEW, but hey, CM Punk saying that he wants to win the Royal Rumble and go main event WrestleMania. You kind of know if he was win the Royal Rumble, we know who he's going to be targeting. And CM Punk did tonight with that holiday tour. So CM Punk is ready, he's able. You can tell right here, CM Punk throughout the whole day was kind of touting himself, um, getting himself ready. That's one thing I hate when Tony Khan, you let something good go like that go, and then now you literally just gave it to up. You literally gave WWE to capitalize. Thanks, Tony Khan. You're good at something. You're good at just dropping the ball. Tony Khan gonna realize that sooner rather than later. Don't let one of your biggest talent go like that. But things happen for a reason. But CM Punk throughout Instagram was talking about the Garden and talking about how grateful he is. So we'll see the CM Punk and Seth Rollins got an issue with CM Punk. So that's how they're going to go. But speaking of CM Punk, he won ESPN's debut of the year for 2023, returning at the Survivor Series at WWE. So CM Punk getting a lot of accolades as well, including Cody Rhodes as well. Cody Rhodes receiving Male Superstar of the Year for ESPN. Cody want to get his finish his story. CM Punk saying on the video that he just want to continue his story. He ain't looking for no story to continue, but that's how it's gonna go for him. Female superstar of the year was the women's world champion Rhea Ripley. She won. The breakout star of the year was LA Knight. LA Knight wins breakout star. And the faction of the year goes to the Bloodline. Storyline of the year, the Bloodline. I guess throughout with Sami Zayn earlier this year at Royal Rumble getting beat down, and then Jay during the summer, and Jay and Jimmy with their problems. Solo in the middle of it. So Solo being named the Tribal Prince, being the next heir apparent to Roman Reigns' Tribal Chief. That's what you want to think, Roman. That's how you think. Well, we told you earlier that Ilya Dragunov won the NXT Male Superstar of the Year. The female superstar of the year goes to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, Barbie doll lookalike, won her award. So as tag team of the year, Raw's newest tag team, the Creed brothers, who was on NXT. They was longtime tag team champions. Now they're on that for now. And the moment of the year, the NXT moment of the year goes to the Undertaker. The Undertaker wins a moment of the year by arriving at NXT and just kicking ass and taking names. That's how the Undertaker does, but you have to be the Undertaker to do so tonight. But the Undertaker won tonight, as the match of the year was Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov for No Mercy. So we got that out the way and stuff. So as we said, this is all the NXT I guess stars of the winners and stuff. So congratulations to all the winners. Undertaker won the awards. How crazy is that? But speaking of that, we know that's been released right now, the Iron Claw. This Iron Claw is a movie depicting the Von Erich family of the 1980s through their heyday and the triumph and tragedies that followed Von Erich family and stuff, starring Zac Efron. Want to see the movie probably down the road. I want to see it as well as get a look and see on how this movie goes. But everyone's talking about the Ric Flair character suck, but talking about how Kerry, whoever played Kerry, one that was short, Kerry was tall. Things ain't gonna be depicted the way you want things to be depicted, folks. Just watch the movie for what it is, please. Well, speaking of that, we told you this: Cassidy and Sean Spears, Payne Royce in WWE, she announced that she's pregnant for a second time. She wants to have kids. She wants to expand her family. Who can blame her? She wants to expand her family, and now we found out that they're gonna have a boy again. So congratulations on her second edition of having a boy. Well, we tell you this: the People's Champion, The Rock, going back, going back old school. The Rock he looked like himself, but he looks older. He trying to put on something that he knows that ain't gonna work. The Rock trying to look himself with that Fubar True or whatever the hell the Rock got going on. I guess that fanny pack Rock, and the Rock trying to reduplicate his fanny pack. He should have done that for Halloween rather than Christmas. I guess the Rock wants his hair back. Speaking of that, speaking of another team that left NXT, Grizzly Young Vets. They used to be in they're gonna make their TNA debut at Hard to Kill on January 13th from the Paul Resort. So the Grizzly Young Vets gonna showcase the world like enough, and they want to be constructed and be confined in a box. So we see that. But speaking of being confined in a box, Chris Jericho feuding with Stephen P. New over this. Stephen P. New got a said that the handbook and everybody just went in on Chris Jericho. He's like Jericho can't win. Steve P. News said what's going on with the NDA and stuff. The brawl out between CM Punk, which led to this being him being fired and went back to WWE. CM Punk's back in WWE, but knowing that Jericho didn't know about the handbook, so hey, that's Jericho's fault. Speaking of that, Matt Jackson's wife Dana, she's one of the latest of any AEW executives that's going to leave. It's been a mass exodus in AEW. A lot of executives leaving. You got Raphael Morphy. You got what's his name? He's a wrestler. Cody's friend. You know what I'm talking about. Well, QT Marshall. He's leaving. He said he wants to wrestle more. He don't want to be an executive. So however that's gonna go. Um, what else happening? Saying she leaving because she feels like AEW didn't defend her against Punk and her husband and everybody else. Now these days, just that if her husband left and went to WWE, you're gonna have to deal with Punk one way or another. So really, you kind of stuck, man. But, hey, here's what it is. Um, we'll see how this is gonna go between them. Also, too, we we want to remember Brody Lee. 3 years ago on this day in 2020, Bro Lee passed away unexpectedly. Bro Lee, they had everybody. Cody was there. Everybody was on the United Front. And now, Bro Lee passed away. He was also known as Luke Harper in WWE as well, in the Wyatt family. And Bro Lee passed away. Man, a lot of people passed away. Even recently, Bray Wyatt just passed away a couple months ago in August. Um, man, Bro Lee was a true treasure. Win the TNT Championship. You couldn't tell he was sick. He just didn't look sick. But you never know what people are going through each and every day. You just pray for him and pray that everything comes to the better. But Bro Lee, we didn't know he was sick like that. But, let him rest in peace, and may the Lord be with him at all times, and at Bray too, at all times. Well, we know this. This is the lineup for NXT New Year's Eve. Next week, Trick Williams challenges Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Can Trick Williams whoop Ilya Dragunov and become the NXT Champion? Or will Ilya Dragunov continue his reign in dominance as NXT Champion? Let's get to that. Plus, two, the NXT Women's Championship is on the line as Lyra Carrier defends against Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport proven to be a tough cookie to beat, but Lyra Carrier, this is her first title defense for winning the NXT Women's Championship. Can Lyra overcome and win the successful title defense? We will see Also to another grudge match. Tiffany Stratton takes on Fallon Henry for a stipulation match, a stakes match, ranch or servant for a day match. So I guess Tiffany Stratton might be going through the ranch, but we'll see next week against Fallon Henry as a servant, a ranch hand, basically like a secretary or something like that. Also, too, we'll hear from Ilya Dragunov on what he did to um Ridge Holland when he did the Ilya Dragunov during the pain and stuff. We'll see. Like, it was painful to see and painful to watch. We'll get that coming up. Plus, too, the six-man tag team match. Dragon Lee team with Jacare Y and Cruz del Toro taking on three members of No Cash Crew, whoever they may be. It'll probably be Charlie Dempson, the boy, and Jordan. You know who. We'll see that. Plus, Roxanne Perez takes on Ariana Grace next week. And Roxanne Perez teach Ariana Grace some matters of respect. We'll see. And two, the breakout tournament finals, Riley Osborne taking on Obey Fimma next week. So we'll see how that's going to go. Riley Osborne versus Obey Fimma next week. But we told you, like, the NXT Championship match, that's the most important match. Inner Dragunov versus Trick Williams. When we finally get a conclusion between the Trick Williams match and between Trick Williams and Dragunov, and can we finally get a conclusion to start off the new year with a bang with Trick and Carmelo with their storyline come to a head sooner rather than later. So we're gonna end there right now here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. Thank you for watching the NXT Ring Report. We'll see you for the AEW Dynamite Ring Report later. So me being